Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Good afternoon. That's right, folks. It is Monday, January 10th, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing what you need to do, man. We got a great show for you guys and a lot of good things to talk about today. First of all, don't forget, check the Facebook page, of course, TonyOceanMusic.com. Call, book a show at 847-769-8609. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the doctors, the nurses, the police department, the firemen, the teachers, the farmers, but it's mostly dedicated to people like you because this is our third year now. We started in 2020, and we're still our average viewers a day. Thank you so much. And we really do appreciate you guys all watching. We got a great show today. My good Freddie Mikey from Good Clean Fun is going to be talking about his career a little bit more, talking about the Monkees. That's what it's about. Mike Nesmith, Peter Tork, Mickey Dolans, and of course, Davy Jones. Remember, folks, now we are brought to you by Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more money. That's right, folks. I'm sorry. There it is. Eco Solar Solutions, where you always save more money. 630-345-2964. Don't forget Trico Hair Experts, right out of Rosemont, Illinois, recreating good hair days, folks. Call Carmela and Anthony in Rosemont, Illinois, 773-999-7888. Let's not forget Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. Hand roll, deliver those cigar babies right to your door. Hand rolled. 727-366-7536. Don't forget, folks, you can also go to Twitter and see Ocean's Pit. That's right, folks. Go there and then subscribe to YouTube. We need 1,000 subscribers. We're very close to getting that 1,000. You can subscribe to Ocean's Pit and the Tony Ocean Show, folks. All right, we got a lot of good things to talk about today, man. Don't forget now, tomorrow, that's right, tomorrow, the 11th of January, you can be able to call in at 847-769-8609, and we will take your calls. We will take your calls. That's right. Say whatever you want. Say you like the show, don't like the show. Go screw yourself, Tony O. Whatever you feel like saying, you will be able to hear it. We will do that chat starting tomorrow. Craig Olson, how you doing, my good buddy? Christina, how you doing? Great seeing you on Friday. Happy birthday. Miles Gregorini from Florida. And let's speak about our mini tour. We got a lot of stuff coming up, folks. Excuse me. Let's go to, first of all, let's go to March 11th. 12th and 13th. March 11th will be at the Venice Community Center with my buddy Greg Reaney. The Windy City Boys Tour starts March 11th, Venice Community Center in Florida. Then we go to the 12th and 13th to Joey D's in Marco Island with my good buddy Greg Reaney. Now, Greg's going to be coming on the show next week, talk about tickets and all that good stuff for the Venice Community Center. That's March 11th. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we pack up the bags, and Ocean's Rat Pack will be in Mesa and Chandler, Arizona, 2 nights. That's right, March 18th and 19th, Chicago West Fest. Chicago with host, former quarterback of the Chicago Bears, Jim McMahon. That's going to be at Ocean's Rat Pack in Mesa and Chandler, Arizona, March 18th and 19th. April 24th, we're at Casa Loma and St. Louis, returning there. What a great place to play. I'm glad we're going to be there with my good buddy Everett Dean. And then, of course, in May, we're back in Natchez, Mississippi, one of my favorite casinos out there. My good buddy Kevin Preston, Mongolian Bluff Casino. We go every year. A lot of good stuff. Also, folks, I want to thank everybody that showed up. Friday night to Chicago Prime Steakhouse. We had an incredible crowd. And Saturday, Tavern on the Point in Edison Park was fantastic. Thank you, Jerry Jams, on Saturday. Thank you, Jeff Dubray, on Friday. It was a great treat. And thank you, of course, John and everybody over there at Tavern on the Point. What a great place. 3 floors. We're there all year coming up, so we're excited. There's Mikey. Okay, good. Angie, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Albert, January 15th. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. January 15th, Club Arcada will be there at the Speakeasy Sinatra Sunday. Rat Pack Show also January 30th. We will be at Old Orchard Country Club in Mount Prospect, brought to you by Fellini's Restaurant. Folks, the show's 6:30. Dinner is 5 o'clock. 6:30 is the show. 847-593-8181. That's Fellini's Restaurant and Old Orchard Country Club in Mount Prospect, Oceans Rat Pack, Bill Saratella, and Elliot Winbush, and yours truly. Okay, that's some good news. Also, folks, Saturday, February 26th, another chance you go see the Rat Pack at Offsides Sports Grill in Woodstock. That's a dinner show starting at 8 o'clock on February 26th. A lot more shows coming up. One sad news, folks. We were supposed to be this Thursday at Are We Live in Burr Ridge, Illinois. Because of their COVID situations they have there, they're going to cancel January. We were supposed to be there every Thursday. So we picked up a couple other Thursdays. We'll be back on the 27th of January at River Cafe in River Grove with my good buddy Jimmy Marchese. So Are We Live for January has been canceled. They're going to wait till February to bring us back there on Thursdays. So just giving you guys a head up on there. How you doing, Carol? Jack Gale, I'm glad you're doing great, buddy. I'm glad you're Patrick. Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for the book. Good times. Well, I'm glad you got the book. Congratulations to Patrick Haig and Packy for winning the Dean Martin book. I'm glad you won it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Remember, check out page 48. That's the whole 2-page story on yours truly. Had a blast, Christino. Thank you so much. I'm glad you celebrated a big 30th birthday there on Friday. It's great. All right. So good stuff. I'm excited. Now, this week, Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with the professor, Daryl Armenstad. Saturday will be a Bellagio in Roselle. That's right, with my good buddy, Jerry Jams, Renda, and Tony Toto. That's Saturday on the 15th of January. It's hard to remember everything, isn't it? All right. We got a great guest on today, folks. Good stuff. You know what we're going to be talking about? Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. I built my monkey mobile, actually. Hey, we're the Monkees. That's right. Now, whether you're a Monkees fan or not, you're going to like this show. I was always a diehard Monkey fan. Always loved the TV show, loved the music, bought all their solo albums, seen them a couple times. And they're just, what they did for music is, I don't think a lot of people think of them as a joke. And I talked to many people who love the Monkees, and they brought so much to music and entertainment, which was very good. Now, before we bring up Michael, let's get a couple more sponsors out of the way. Make sure Airtight Windows, doing it right for 30 years, honesty and quality. Airtight Windows. Call my buddy Lou at 708-788-5000. Get those windows put in when you need them. How about Deutz Power Center? Servicing the construction and diesel industry for the last 100 years. That's Deutz Power Center out of Elgin, Illinois. Call our friend Sal at 224-276-6550. And this is the last one. You're going to have this for the whole month up until the end of January. That's it. SteakSyndicate.com. Now, folks, you could become a member of the Corleone Club. Let me make you a deal you can't refuse. That's right. How about these quality steaks, pork chops, chicken, fish, burgers, dogs delivered right to your home, just like you would get at any fine dining establishment? Here's how it works. This is only till the end of January, and for just the Ocean's Pit listeners and Tony Ocean fans who will come to the show. Here's how it works. You go to SteakSyndicate.com, promo code Tony Ocean. You get 25% off the membership fee and one free tomahawk steak. Now, folks, you go to Chicago Prime and you would have dinner for a steak. A steak alone, a tomahawk steak alone is $150. That's just for the steak. Forget the potato and the vegetables and blah, 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 blah. That is $150 just for the steak. You get it free. John Sirianni set this up for Ocean Pit fans. So very simple. Promo code Tony Ocean. Get those steaks and stuff sent right to your home. All right, Kathy from Santa Barbara. We have Indiana. We have New York. We have Florida, Chicago, Wisconsin. How you guys all doing today? Boy, Happy New Year. Kenneth, Joe Naska from Wisconsin. How you doing? Carol loves the Monkees. We all love the Monkees. So without any further ado, let's bring up my pal. Hold on, folks. Let's bring this back up till we got it right. So let's bring in Michael Booker. Larry, Michael, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, Tonio.
Look at you, pal. Always smiling and happy.
Sing along. Here we come, walking down the street. Get the funniest looks from everyone we meet.
Hey, we're the monkeys. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Very cool. Michael, thank you for joining us, my brother. How you doing?
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm doing good.
What's going on with you and Tracy and the Good, Clean, Fun world?
Well, we're always busy, and this week is preparation for the ship. We're hopefully getting on a ship this Friday, Saturday.
Right.
Tracy's over there. Don't say anything.
Okay.
But
hi, Trace. How you doing?
Hi,
Are you
Tony.
excited? Mikey, are you excited? Tell us about that ship. What's going on?
I got a call from Carl and Nick from the Buckinghams. They needed a guitarist for one show. It's a whole week out on a ship going through the Caribbean. Their guitarist, Dave Zane, our good friend Dave Zane, had a prior commitment. So they thought they would call me. And I said yes.
Well,
why not?
Cool.
This sounds like fun. So I had to learn a full hour of Buckingham's material, and I've been preparing for the last month and a half. And the trip is coming up this Saturday.
Are you excited? Any concerns about COVID, everything? You know us, we talked about all this. We all had it. We all going through this crazy shit. Don't do this, don't do that. Any concern to you guys at all?
Not really. I think Tracy and I have had the same attitude all along. We got our shots. We're being careful. We're living life. You know, we've never thought we have to stay in the house and just hide and wait this out. To get on the ship, we need to show a negative COVID test. That the test has to be done within the last 48 hours of getting on the ship. And we're going to do that. And we're just not scared. We're just going to enjoy ourselves.
And you should go out there and enjoy yourselves and enjoy your shots. Oh, you had those shots. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about this shot. I'm sorry.
I'll be having those other shots too when I'm on the show.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's good. So you're going to have a good time with that. Good, clean fun, a great band. Talking about monkeys. I know you also had your little show, you and Tracy, on Sundays. Congratulations on that, my friend.
Thank you.
That's a lot of fun. Boy, Michael, do you remember how old you were when you first seen the monkeys on TV?
I do. I've got a lot of monkeys memories, and I made some talking points. So I remember the monkeys from when they first debuted, and my very first cosmic connection, my first time that the monkeys influenced me is I was 5 or 6 years old. My mom would have the girl next door babysit my brother and I, and her name was Analia, and I had the biggest crush on her. She was about 14 or 15. And I guess in my 5 or 6 year old mentality, I thought that she could be my girlfriend, but she was in love with Mickey Dolenz. She had a big Mickey Dolenz poster on the wall, and I just knew there was I couldn't compete.
Yeah, that damn Mickey, you said, right? So that's when you started liking David. But they were great. I mean, I know they were based on, they put them together. The two put them together to make something like a Beatles Hard Day's Night tribute of a life of a rock band. They got a lot of slack for not playing their own material. But you also do remember back in the 60s, a lot of those bands on their albums were played by studio musicians. I mean, you can go through the list of bands, Hermits, and a whole bunch. I mean, they played some themselves, but they all had other musicians playing on that. And that never really bothered me. And I know after their third record, Headquarters, you know, Mike Nesmith was always fighting with Don Kirshner about doing their own music. And Headquarters, the third record, came out, and they played all their own instruments on that record. And it's still one of my favorite records. All the Monkees things were great. What'd you think of their music?
I loved it. I mean, they had the greatest songwriters, and even when they started writing their own stuff, I thought it was great stuff.
Yeah.
Great pop music. And then it started evolving and probably moving away from pop. Yeah. I guess with the Nesmith influence, it started to become more bluegrass to me. Anyway, but just all along from beginning to end until they got a little bit too weird at the end. But
yeah, you know what they did try. What I admire about them, they did try a little bit of everything. Now, towards the end of their career, when they made, I think one of the records was called Changes, when it was just Mickey and Mike after a while, and then another one, Present Tense, was just Mickey, Mike, and Davey after Peter left, and then Michael left, and they kept trying. Then they came back with Dolenz, Jones, Boyce, and Hart. They put a record out doing old songs. I always gave them credit for not stopping and keep doing what they're doing. Even when they made their solo records, I was a big follower of the solo records. Did you have a favorite monkey, Mike?
Favorite monkey? I guess it's going to be Davy. Because I had a grudge against Mickey for stealing Analia from me.
And then you know what? And they keep going, man. I mean, Mike and Mickey just finished their tour, and then of course we lost the great Papa Mike Nesmith, of course, and Peter Tork has been gone, and so is Davy Jones. So Mickey's going to carry on the torch. I mean, he was the voice of the Monkees, even though Davy did sing as many songs as well. But I always think of Mickey singing. You know what I mean?
Me too.
Yeah. Mike Nesmith, for people didn't realize, he was the one after the Monkees. He came out with the first video format for MTV when he came out with that movie video called Elephant Parts.
Right.
And MTV. I mean, that was, you think about the first music videos was the Monkees and the Partridge Family.
That's true.
I mean, remember, you're right. They do run around and they say their songs while they're running around in the kitchen or whatever the hell they're doing. I always admire them about that, and they just kept doing what they have to do. And
the Nesmiths were a family of inventors. Mickey invented the video, basically, or the format, as you said. Yeah. And his mom was the big inventor too. You know what that was?
Yeah, Whiteout. Yeah, right.
Yeah, she sat on it for a while. She invented Whiteout and didn't realize she had a winner there until somebody in her office said, "We got to do something with this," and then it became a multi-million-dollar industry.
And I mean, of course, one of the Nesmith solo songs that he didn't use with the Monkees, "Diff and Drum," sold to Linda Ronstadt, and that was a big hit for her. That was written by Mike Nesmith. I don't know if many people knew that. A lot of people are saying hello. Jerry Jam says hello to Mike and Tracy. Good. Look at all these nice people coming in. That's nice seeing you guys. Ocean Spit. Mikey, what'd you think as being a guitar player? What'd you think of Mike Nesmith's guitar playing?
He's great. I recently read that he is the intro to Pleasant Valley, which I never knew. I thought that was one of the Boyce and Hart guys or one of the studio guys. But I mean, that's a pretty cool, yeah. I mean, first thing I thought was that was Carole King that came up with that because she wrote the song.
Sure.
But I didn't think she was a guitarist and could create something like that. So I just figured it was a studio guy. But recently I read that was Nesmith on the guitar, which is really impressive. I mean, that's one of the greatest intro riffs on a guitar ever.
Yeah. I mean, there were so many great songs. I mean, and their TV shows. I wasn't too keen on the movie Head that they did. I think there was probably a lot of drug influence at the time. I know Jack Nicholson was behind the promoter of that movie. I wasn't too fond of it, but I was going to ask you this, and I think you've been asked this many times. I think I asked you this before. When I think of the word Good Clean Fun, I think of two things. I think of the Honeymooners when they were going on the convention. Good Clean Fun. Remember they were saying Good Clean Fun.
On the train.
On the train. We're going to the
We're going to
convention.
have 5 days of fun-filled hilarity.
Yeah,
Good
that's
Clean
right.
Fun.
Hey, Ralph, have a marshmallow. Anyway, yeah, so it was great stuff. And then I think of the Monkey song, Good Clean Fun. Was there any reason that name come with any of those two stories?
It wasn't a Monkees reason that I came up with the name. Okay, so we have Good Clean Fun is the band now, but it was originally called the Brock and Fogerty Band. It was created in New York between me and this girl, Eileen Fogerty. And everybody had a problem with those names. They couldn't remember. It was Butch and Fogerty, Brock and Fogarty. So it was always said wrong and spelled wrong. So we actually had a contest that lasted about 8 or 10 months, and everybody was submitting ideas for the band name. I went to a very popular club in New York called Mulcahy's, and their logo is the name Mulcahy's with the phrase "Good Clean Fun" in a circle. So I submitted that, and the band didn't like it. I go, okay, whatever. We're a band, majority rules. So one of our fans submitted the same thing independently, Good Clean Fun. And I brought it back to them. I said, what do you think? This is the second time this name came up. And they said, yeah, let's do it. So that was the beginning of the name, not the Monkees tune. I found out later that the Monkees had a tune called Good Clean Fun.
And Nesmith wrote it too. That's a pretty cool story. First of all, it's a great name because when you come and see you guys, it is good, clean fun. It's fun. You dance, you could think back of some great memories and songs. I've had the opportunity to perform with you guys many times. We have a lot of fun with that. Did you have a Monkey's favorite song?
Favorite Monkeys tune? In This Generation. I'm not really sure if that's the title, but that I think Mickey sang it, and you'd hear it at the very end of the TV show in maybe the second season.
I thought it was called For Pete's Sake.
That's it.
That's it, which it might have to do with something with Peter. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. That's just amazing. Did you follow the Monkees when they went solo at all, Michael? Did you follow their careers at all or buy any of that records when they went solo at all?
I don't think I did, except for maybe being aware of what Davey was doing, the song that you sing.
From the Brady Bunch, Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being aware of Davey's stuff. But I do have a connection to a couple of connections to the Monkees that I could share with you.
Yes, please do.
All right, so we got to go back. Before Good Clean Fun, I had a band called Lipinski that later morphed into.
That's like Rabinowitz, and Rabinowitz. Yeah,
right. It was sort of like a law firm.
All right.
And so Lipinski was Mark Lipinski. He was the guitarist in the band, or the lead guitarist. I was rhythm. And Mark said we have to check out this band called the Mosquitoes. They were named after that imaginary band from Gilligan's Island.
Yes.
But they were a real band, and they wrote their own songs. And one of their songs became the first hit for the Monkees' comeback. When the Monkees were on VH1 back in 1985-ish, they were so popular that they thought, let's put out a new Monkees tune. So they bought a song from the Mosquitoes called That Was Then, This Is Now.
Great song. Yeah.
That was a song that...
And the video, too. Great video when it came back. Yeah.
That was sort of my re-entry into Monkees world. Because of the popularity of all that, they decided to create a new Monkees group called the New Monkees.
Yes.
That was 1986. And so my band, Lipinski, had recorded in the basement. We recorded Stepping Stone. So I figured, let me go to this audition for the New Monkees. There were about 2,000, 3,000 people in line waiting to get in. I was probably about the 200th in line. Unbeknownst to me, my drummer from the band was number one in line. He was the first guy in line to audition. And because he was the first, he was all over the news. The only thing is he didn't sing. So what he did was bring our practice tape of me singing Stepping Stone, and he lip synced to it. And every news crew was there. CBS, NBC, all the local stations, ABC, they were all there with their cameras on this guy lip syncing to me singing Stepping Stone.
And it was, oh my God. Now, did he get the part? Now I got the New Monkees record when it came out, which I wasn't too keen on it. Didn't care for the show, but was he a part of the band? Did he make the cut?
He didn't make it.
Okay.
He would have been good. I would have been good too. I was cute back then, big head of hair.
Okay.
He was cute. And also Vance, the guy that sang That Was Then, This Is Now, unbeknownst to me, was also in line. Just
and
weird.
Vance was with Peter Noon, correct? In Herman Sermons.
He hadn't been discovered by Peter Noon yet. That was 86, and I think it was 1999 is when they grabbed him. And he, of course, was known in the industry by then because they knew him as the guy that wrote the comeback song for the Monkees.
Sure. And that's a great song as well. Now, when you played with Carl Green at all, did you guys get a chance to play with any of the Monkees when you went on those reunion shows with the, like the Grassroots and they all got together? Did you ever do any of that, Michael?
We shared the stage with Peter Tork, who was a great guy.
Yeah.
He would be the opening act because it was always whoever had the more hits or more record sales would be the closer. So Peter Noon was always the headliner. Peter Tork was the opener on a few different shows that we did. Got to hang out with him in the green room and just sing Beatles songs for about 30 minutes. That was great. I got to Mickey opened for us a few times. Had
Very
had
cool.
two monkeys been together, we would have been opening for them. That's the way it works.
That's
But
how it
was
works.
always
Now, let's start with Peter Tork.
Okay.
Of course, on the show, always played like he was a little dumb, dumb, whatever, quiet, whatever. Very, very. He was one of very good musician. He played a lot of instruments, which a lot of people probably didn't know. But what was your take on Peter Tork? What was he like? Did he like talking about the monkeys at all?
Did he like talking about the monkeys? I don't know, because we didn't really talk. On stage he puts it in his act and he
Sure.
tells monkey stories, or did. But backstage we were just talking about, just everything. We're talking about science and life and mostly the Beatles. Really, he just wanted to kind of jam with acoustic guitars. I just thought he was a very nice guy, and I also got to meet Davey very briefly. I thought he was a sweetheart. And I was hanging out with Mickey a couple of times too.
How was Mickey Dolenz?
How is he? Mickey, I think, is a little hit or miss. I think you can hang out with him when he's in a really good mood, and I think sometimes he's just in another mood.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say anything negative, but I have a feeling these guys, they're just so like swarmed by fans and stuff that they're always on guard.
Yeah.
And I think they could just turn on a dime and decide, no, I want to be private now. I want to leave. I want to go in a corner and not have anybody bother me. So I think I've seen both sides of Mickey Dolenz. I've seen the very personable, warm party side of him, and then I've seen the quiet side that wants to do his own thing.
Well, you know what, it makes a lot of sense, Mikey, at that particular. I mean, look, we're out there, we're playing, we get people come up to us all the time, and we're very fortunate with that. Now think about that other level, like these guys. I mean, the guy can't walk out the door. I mean, yeah, imagine. I think Mickey Dolenz, people know who he is. They see who he is. Davy Jones, obviously. But imagine people like Elvis trying to go to the grocery store, or John Lennon, or Michael Jackson, or any of
Elvis
those
trying to
guys.
pump gas at the gas station and people harassing him.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I heard stories about Mickey too. I met him. It was brief. He signed a record, Beatlefest. Davy Jones was a sweetheart. Davy Jones stayed to the last person to leave the Arcada Theater and made sure he signed every card or album or poster or whatever they had. I mean, that's very cool. Yeah.
I believe he seemed the sweetest to me.
Yeah. What I don't like about sometimes, like you said, Michael, when they're out there and they do meet and greets and stuff like that, people, they have to also realize these people are spending their hard-earned money to come and see these acts. And sometimes they get that real cool, hey, I can't do a meet and greet, or I'm not in the mood, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if it wasn't for those people at the door that still buys your records or still listen to your music or your t-shirts, and I never understood that.
Yeah, being that aloof, yeah, you should connect with your fans a little bit. I like the way Peter Noone does it. He does a great meet and greet, and when he signs merchandise, he gives people a chance to talk to him and tell a story.
Yeah,
it's pretty well done.
I've seen him in Schaumburg Fest, Peter Noone, and I had one of the Glory Boys was his record he put out in 1980. It was a real power pop, very cool record. Obviously didn't sell, but I went out there in line. Everybody had Herman's records, and I had that one. He goes, "Oh, it's the other one who bought that one." And it was, and I love that record. And then he did Peter and the Tremblers, was like a new wave punk thing. He even covered an Elvis Costello song. So I thought that was very cool.
It's a great album.
Yeah, great album. I thought they were great. And Peter Noone did a great job here. Albert from the Arcada Theater, of course, says Lawrence Juber, who was from Paul McCartney and Wings, played on the song That Was Then and This Is Now. Did not know that. You did
I
not
did
know
not know that either.
There you go. Were you a big Mike Nesmith, man? I read his book. I read all the autobiographies on all of the four of them. Man, just a talented songwriter. I thought some of the Monkees' best songs were the ones written by Mike Nesmith. I really like some of his tunes.
I do too. He's the monkey I never met, and I think he might. I blame him for the breakup of the Monkees. I wish they could have lasted another couple of years, but I understand he had a lot of integrity. He was a great songwriter, a great musician, and he just didn't want to be. He didn't want to be a monkey. He didn't want to be just a puppet on a string. He wanted to actually perform with a band.
Yeah. And how about it? When they go on tour, they said, "Don't worry, we can do this." They went on tour. It was successfully done. They sold out arenas. I mean, Jimi Hendrix opens for the Monkees.
That's right.
I mean, think about that.
That's
You know,
crazy.
right? And you know, they took a lot of slack for that. But you know, I don't know. I always thought that Mikey's songs and his integrity when he got in a big fight with Don Kirshner when he punched a hole in the wall, whatever it was, and I guess it was. And from different stories, they were told that once they got on, they would be able to do their own music. And I think after a while, you know, Don Kirshner kept coming up with the hits.
Yeah.
They turned down, if I'm correct, Mikey would know this. They turned down "Sugar Sugar" by the Archies, and they went to the Archies.
Well, I don't know if it was. I think what it was that hole in the wall. When Nesmith punched the wall, Kirshner said, "That's it. I'm done with these guys. We need a band that's going to listen and play the game right." So they created a cartoon band, and "Sugar Sugar" would have been the Monkees' next big hit. It became the biggest hit in 1969.
Do you picture Davey singing it? That would have been huge. You're absolutely right. Yeah, because I don't know.
It was huge with the cartoon, but it would have been even bigger with Davey singing it.
Right, and I just can't see Mike Nesmith sitting there doing "Sugar Sugar, Honey Honey."
Yeah,
I just can't see it. Imagine that video. If you watch some of those videos that they do, he looks miserable.
Yeah,
yeah,
he does look like he's going through the motions.
Yeah, everybody else is like smiling, but Mike's like, you know, just like he doesn't care.
Right,
like he has his guitar on backwards. There was one video I seen, he had no strings on it. And playing it.
There was one where he flipped the guitar over. Do I remember that?
Yeah, I think he did that too. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. And then when they got back together and MTV really made them popular, Rhino Records picked up all their back catalog, and they did put out 2 records. They just put out another one a couple years ago, and they had all the writers, Mickey and Peter and Mikey did put out another record a few years ago, and they had all the top writers. Now they had the guy from XTC, they had the guy from a bunch of, and it went pretty well as well. "Love the Summer" or something called "Something in the Summer." It was actually a good song. Did you ever see them live, Michael?
Only when they were the opening act. The 2 different guys that opened for us, Mickey and Peter. That was the only opportunity I had.
Another thing, John Lennon said that the Monkees were the Marx Brothers of music. He loved the Monkees.
They were sort of a cross between the Beatles and the Marx Brothers.
Yeah, they really were. Very, very talented and very great songs. Do you guys do any Monkey songs in the Good Clean Fun show?
I guess, what do we do most often? We do occasionally Pleasant Valley Sunday and occasionally Last Train.
Yeah.
But pretty regularly we do the 2 Believer tunes. "I'm a Believer" and "Daydream Believer."
Daydream Believer. When you do your shows with Chris Minardi, do you do any of that stuff too? Chris says hello, by the way, to both of you and Mike and Tracy.
Hey, Chris, are you down there somewhere? I'm looking in the comments.
He did say hello. Another great. I try to have him on the show with you, but said he knew nothing about the Monkees. But he said he'd like to do a Beach Boys one.
Oh, yeah.
Your 50th anniversary. I go, yeah, Chris, we'd love to do that. That'd be great.
Yes, he knows the Beach Boys. He could write a book.
Very cool. Well, yeah, they're another great, talented band. What else is going on with you guys? I know we put a little band together called AM Radio Gold. We did that one show. I had a lot of fun with that. Well, hopefully we can do that again. I think playing those great songs. Mike, what do you think of that Bubblegum? Why do you think people, well, it is a very small audience, but a lot of people might not admit they like the songs, but when they hear the songs, they tap their feet and they sing along and they dance. Have you noticed that too?
I have noticed that. People don't want to admit it or they don't know it, but they love Bubblegum. I think if you had to listen to a whole night of it, it might be a little bit much, unless it's AM Radio Gold.
Yes, there you go.
AM Radio Gold is a really good blend of Bubblegum and pop that you would have heard back in the 70s on AM radio, not necessarily Bubblegum.
Right.
But some of it is very sugary, like Hanky Panky and Sugar Sugar, Julie, Do You Love Me?
Right.
But I think what's great about it is how innocent it is. You know, sometimes you want to escape. You don't want to hear something serious, something too sad or minery. You want to hear very uplifting, positive music, and that's what bubblegum is, and it's very kid friendly.
Do you remember when you heard when Mike Nesmith passed away? Where were you?
I was sitting in front of my computer, and it just popped up that he had just passed away 20 minutes earlier. And I don't know, it was sad. We lost 3 monkeys all within a very short period of time.
In a short period of time. And, you know, the Mickey and Monkey tour, from I was reading some of the stuff, people I follow and stuff, some people were giving Mike a hard time because he maybe wasn't at the peak. I mean, here's what come on, guys. They're not this. It's not the 60s anymore. You know what I mean? They go out there and they do that. We're happy when they walk out on stage. I'm happy to hear them sing. And then, you know, he took some slack. I hate when people do that. You know, I mean, it's great because you're never going to see him on stage again.
That's right.
Never.
You know, here's another talking point. I wouldn't know you and I wouldn't know Tracy if it weren't for the Monkees.
You're kidding.
Well, indirectly, yeah. There's a whole like the butterfly effect. Because
it's just like the Kevin Bacon thing.
It is like the Kevin. It's 6 degrees.
All right,
6
go ahead.
degrees in Tony Ocean.
All right, first give me Tracy. How'd you meet Tracy with the Monkees?
All right. Well, you gotta follow the whole history of it. So my band became associated with Vance, who wrote That Was Then, This Is Now. Eventually, Vance and I started working together. I would throw him work. He would throw me work. Eventually, Vance asked me to join Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noone. Because a good third of their work was in the Midwest, I eventually relocated out here. And had I not come out here, I wouldn't have eventually met you. I wouldn't have met Tracy, Chris Minardi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's get to Peter Noone a little bit, if you don't mind. Did he get along with Carl Green?
I think so. He did. One of the last times Carl came to town, Carl actually went to a couple of Peter Noone shows. And the last show that he had attended, Peter saw him in the audience and said, "Why don't you come up and play bass?" So I don't think he would have done that if he didn't have a good rapport with the guy.
Yeah.
The only problem was Carl is a left-handed bass player. And nobody else. Yeah, there's no left-handed. But you can't just flip a bass over and play it that right-handed bass, you know. So that didn't happen, which would have been really cool if it did happen, if they had prepared for that, because they haven't had a couple of Hermits on stage together in, I think, since maybe 1994 or something crazy.
Well, that's what I figured. They did get back together at one time, didn't they? Or
a couple of reunions.
Yeah.
One that occurred maybe 2 years after they had broken up, I think 73.
Yeah.
Or 72, somewhere around there. And then there was another reunion somewhere down the line. I don't know the total history on that.
Yeah, 72, I think, when Peter went solo, they did My Sentimental Friend. That might have been one of the last. And I think, remember, he also did Oh You Pretty Thing, which was written by David Bowie, was written for Peter Noone, one of his first solo songs. Actually, David Bowie's birthday this past weekend. Yeah, so the Monkees were just so, and a lot of musicians, like you said, they frown on it, but I think deep inside, everybody loves the Monkees.
It's fun.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
What else, besides the tour, what else you got coming up? Anything else, you guys? When people come and see you?
Shout out some dates, Trace. Donnie G's under new management the 28th. Okay. Great food. Italiano.
Great food, great new owners, very nice people. We just did a Rat Pack. We sold out a Rat Pack show there. What else you got?
Anything else, Tracy? I know nothing. Tracy knows everything. Moretti's in Hoffman Estates.
Very cool.
29th.
Good. You're going to love that. It's going to be great. Michael, I want to thank you all. Number one, you and Tracy. First of all, again, thank you for having me at that beautiful wedding. I still see those pictures. We had a great time, a lot of fun. You guys just, I just love the camaraderie that you guys have with each other. And like I said, working together and being married and showing what it's like and showing how successful it is, it gives a lot of people out there some hope when you're trying, because it's got to be difficult when you do both. And I think I asked you this a couple of times before, but Tracy's an incredible girl. You're incredible. You got a great family there, buddy. So I wish you always the success as always. Good luck on that tour. Have a little fun on the boat, get some sun, have a couple Mai Tais, Enjoy. And then let's book some AM Radio Gold when you get back. We got to put something together.
Let's do it.
You got it. Michael, thank you so much. Michael from Good. Hey, Michael, what's the website if anybody wants to book Good Clean Fun?
The website, goodcleanfunband.com. You have to use all 4 words, Good Clean Fun Band. If you leave off band, it takes you to Procter & Gamble because they beat us to the URL. Then we have the Facebook page, Good Clean Fun Band, and Instagram.
All right, you got it. My friend Michael, thank you so much, Michael. You stay out of trouble, my friend, and have a great cruise. Be safe.
Thank you. We love you.
You got it, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye-bye.
Isn't that cool, man? Talking about, yes, I'm an AM Go fan. Well, thank you, Carol. Chris, very good. Thank you, guys. Peter Prado. John Davey, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. Those iconic entertainers should not be criticized late to performance because they're hitting previous memories button. Now, that's great what you just said, Greg. Yeah, you know what? They're trying to still bring you back the memories. I mean, if you're looking to see Davey back in the 60s, it wasn't going to happen. I mean, it is what it is. But there you go. Well, thank you guys so much. Patrick Sonoval. You're right. Soundtrack of our childhood, the one-hit wonders of WLS and WCFL. Patrick, you hit it right on the board. There you go. Takura, that's right. Beach Boys. That's my taste. I love the Beach Boys, too. And we're going to try to get Chris Minardi on at maybe the end of the month. We'll talk about Beach Boys because it's their big 50th anniversary. A lot of different stuff going on with that, folks, and that's for sure. All right, so let's talk about some other stuff we got here. We lost Marilyn Bergman, a great songwriter, of course. She wrote "The Way We Were." She passed away this past weekend. Horrible, of course. We lost the great Bob Saget yesterday, of course, from Full House. And he was a great comic and writer, of course. If you ever seen Bob Saget lately, his show is a little X-rated. He's nothing compared to the character that he plays on Full House. He really didn't care about the character he played on Full House. He did it for the paycheck. It was successful, of course. But Bob Saget. What, hon?
I heard he was a very good person.
Very good person. But his show was really X-rated. I mean, there was no, that alone is priceless. You got it, absolutely. Thank you, Yvette. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate that very much. So our prayers go out to the Bob Saget family. How about this, folks? Some more news here. We got a lot of good news. Oh, boy. Citibank workers, get the vax or go get a new job. Citibank announced people that work for Citibank, get the jab or if not, get a new job. A lot of good headlines, folks. That's right. Congratulations, my buddy Bones, some Al's Beef. They just did a big battle of the beefs on CBS, and he beat the guy from the Philly steak sandwich. So congratulations, Bones, some Al's Beef. Always great beef. Our good buddy Bones. Last time I seen Bones, it was we were doing the Columbus Day thing, the rally. Great Bones, of course, some Al's Beef. Thank you, Rick Kramer. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, you know what? You got to love the Monkees, and Mike is a great guy, and we love talking about music, and that's what it's about, folks. Very, very important. Happy anniversary to Marion and Don, if you guys are watching. Marion and Don, happy anniversary, guys, out there as well. You're watching Ocean Spit, the little show about big things. Of course, we just talked about the loss of the great Bob Saget. People, I mean, I can't be, if you put together a few years, how many people celebrities and people we've lost. That's right, Tony Bisek. Dobie Gillis passed away as well, of course. They didn't make my list today. I was going to use that for tomorrow. But that's very good. Another reason to come see the Windy City Boys in Venice, Florida, March 12th, the great radio super jock of Dallas, Luke, Mr. Chuck Britton may be there. He's now on iHeartRadio Seaview, 104.3 mornings. That's right. Chuck Britton want to help and promote our show called the Windy City Boys, coming to Venice Beach, Florida, with my buddy Greg Reedy, Windy City Boys. It's going to be a lot of fun on Friday, March 11th. Oh, no, he just died, the Dobie Gillis guy, and I don't have his name here because it was going to be in tomorrow's show. I didn't write it out today, but he did pass away. Gotta love Chicago food, one of the few bright spots of living around here. Ron, you're right, buddy. We do have some great food. We absolutely do. Compared when you go to other different places, I have to admit that. How about this, folks? Let's see. Let's go down a list of stuff here. Newsweek magazine, Mayo Clinic fired 300 nurses for no vaccination. Mayo Clinic, the best hospital in the world that you can go to get cured, gets rid of 300 staffs because they weren't vaccinated, because they didn't get the jab. So that's another reason why some of these hospitals are overflown. Yes, there's sick people there. I got it. But also a lot of these hospitals are understaffed. So Mayo Clinic fires. Newsweek. That's big, big news. Absolutely. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What else we got here? One good thing, according to Fox News, Governor DeSantis just got 1 million at-home COVID tests sent to everybody in Florida. Now, that's one thing that our President Joe Biden could not do. He promised that he was going to send these COVID-19 tests to all the people. That was what President Joe Biden said. Obviously, that didn't work out. So, Governor DeSantis out of Florida bought 1 million COVID tests and going to issue them to everybody in the state of Florida. There's a guy that opens his mouth, says what he's going to say, and does it. So good praise for Governor DeSantis out of Florida, according to Fox News. Also, happy National Enforcement Appreciation Day. Goes out to every man and woman in blue, police officers, police women, police dogs, anybody involved with the blue. Thank you for all you do for us. I know it's been a couple of hectic years for you guys, but thank you so much. That's it. Thank you, Craig Olson. Dwayne Hickman played Dobie Gillis. He died yesterday. Thank you, Craig Olson, another great entertainer, musician in the Chicagoland area. Thank you, Craig. Your governor is the best, Greg Reedy. I wish we had him here in Chicago. Mayo terms include a man who worked from home for the last 10 years. How about that? How about that, Mara? Get rid of all these people. What does that tell you when the biggest hospital gets rid of people because they won't get the juice? Isn't that horrible? Horrible. All right, let's see what we got over here, folks. According to Daily Pot, which is a social media outlet, a server, she serves, of course, and when she gives the customer their bills to get a better tip, she came up with a way of getting a better tip. She puts free coupons. So when a customer finishes eating and she brings the person the bill, she puts free coupons to the restaurant. How cool is that? And that's how she's been getting bigger tips. She did get in trouble for it, but why not give back to the customer? He's there buying food and at your restaurant and establishment, buying cocktails. What's wrong with giving them a coupon? I think that's a very great thing to do. Very great thing to do. January 6th, of course, just passed, and it was a year ago today, the January 6th, 2020, when the Capitol was rushed. I understand. Bad day, horrible day. I got it. But when the Democrats and certain people are comparing this to Pearl Harbor and 9/11, whoa, completely out of line. Tony, don't worry about that, my friend. Thank you, Tony Bisek, another great drummer in the Chicagoland area, formerly with the Meteors. Let's hope Tony puts something new together. AOC ignores everything she represents in New York and goes to Florida and catches COVID. How about that? She goes to Florida and she catches COVID. Now that's called hypocrite, and that's suspicious. Absolutely. Donald, good one. Hi, buddy. Happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, Marion. I know you guys just had it. Fake news, a lot of crazy stuff. Huh, Cole? How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well with all this crazy stuff going on here. So happy, again, National Enforcement Appreciation Day. Also, this date, folks, January 10th, 1963, one of my favorite shows. You guys remember Marlon Perkins? That's right, Wild Kingdom debuted on television, the great Wild Kingdom. Great shows. I love this quote sent in by Patty from Lamont, Illinois. Says, doing nothing is hard because you never know when you're done. I like that quote. Thank you. Great quote, right? Doing nothing is hard because you never know when you're done. I like that. Wow. Crazy stuff that we're going on. How about some birthdays here, folks? We got a bunch of them. First of all, happy birthday to the man behind the Arcada Theater, the Speakeasy, the Des Plaines Theater, security man, great vocalist himself, the great Johnny Maggio. celebrates a birthday. Happy birthday, Johnny Maggio. Lead singer for the band from Canada, Mike Reno from Loverboy. Working for the Weekend and Hot Girls in Love and so many great songs. Mike Reno. Happy birthday to Little Anthony and the Imperials. Of course, Little Anthony. Speaking of the Monkees, Amy Dolenz, Mickey's daughter, actress, has a birthday this past weekend. Happy birthday, Amy. Bobby Denier, 65 years old. You might remember him on the 1984 Cubs. Was the first man to steal 44 bases in 1 year. Bobby Denier, former Chicago Cub, 65 years old. Henry Cordon. You don't know the name, but you remember the voice. He was the voice of Fred Flintstone. Celebrates a birthday. Wilma, I'm home. Oh, I love Fred Flintstone. How about Alan Napier? Of course, he played Alfred on the original Batman 66 series with Adam West. Karen Valentine, a member of the Go-Go's, celebrates a birthday this past weekend. About the great David Bowie. David Jones was his real name, but had to change his name to David Bowie because Davy Jones of the Monkees was popular back then and didn't want to confuse it. So, happy birthday to the incredible David Bowie. Absolutely. Mr. Mandelli, Carmine Mandelli, of course, of Mandeli's in Algonquin. Happy birthday, Mr. Mandelli. Sandra Argento, my dear friend, I hope you're doing well. Happy birthday. How about a happy 99th birthday to Larry Storch from the TV show F Troop. 99 years old. How about it, man? That was great, Fred. That's right. Wilma! Yeah, that's good. Larry Storch, 99 years old. Kevin Wilson, another great singer in the Chicagoland area. Kevin, happy birthday. Jimmy Page of the rock band Led Zeppelin turned 78 years old. The great Jimmy Page. All right, folks. Here it is. We got to go to That's Suspicious because the way this crazy world is right now and everything, people saying shit and the government has no clue what they're doing. Worst government we ever had. Listen to this. For the first time in history, that the ineffectiveness of a medicine is being blamed by people who are not taking it. Get that. People are getting blamed for this virus for the people who have not been jabbed. First time ever in history. That's suspicious. That's right. And more bullshit coming out of that. You can go down the line of that, folks. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. Let's go over here with some stuff that we didn't get a chance to talk about here yesterday. Wow. Let's see. Taco Bell Club. Have you heard of this, folks? That Taco Bell Club for you people who love Taco Bell. You pay $10 for a month and you get one free taco for 30 days. So go ahead and join the Taco Bell Club. It's a $10 pass. You pay $10 a month and you get one free taco. Taco Bell Club for all you people who love Taco Bell. According to CBS, Italy, anybody over 50 must be vaccinated in the country of Italy. They're already on their fourth jab. Fourth. I know people that only have two. Some, very little, have three. But 50, over 50, 4 jabs in Italy. Just keep jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. Every month you got to get jabbed. 1 minute you're young and fun. The next you're turning down the radio in your car so you can see better. Oh my God, Tony, you're right about that. Here's another thing I have. Now, you come to certain shows. Yes, my shows are loud. I get that. And we try. But sometimes even when they're not loud, you get people out there that go, hey, it's a little loud. And they're much older people. I got all that. But remember one thing. When they were our age and they was younger, they were enjoying the music. Now because they got a little older, now all of a sudden we're assholes. Let us have our fun too. Just throwing it out there. Each taco comes with a roll of toilet paper. All right, there you go. And some Pepto-Bismol. Yes, more vaccinated people than ever before, yet keep setting records for cases. Now, Ron Sherman, that's good. How about it? There's more vaccinated people than ever before, yet the records of cases are going up, 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 up. That's suspicious. Thank you, Ron, for that. That's a really good one. Yeah, Tony Bisect, that's great. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This is crazy. All right. How about this, folks? According to the U.S. Times, you Uber driver. Now, you heard about the great snowfall on the I-95 interstate where they were stuck overnight on the expressway because of the snowstorm and the ice storm. Now, that this, an Uber driver guy was in the Uber, an Uber person that was in that car, stuck in that traffic, trying to get home. They billed him $600 because he was stuck overnight in an Uber car. There was a snowstorm, ice storm. They couldn't move. They were stuck on the expressway for over 24 hours on the I-95. You heard about this story, right? This guy gets a bill for $600 from Uber. He couldn't leave the car. Where's he going to go? Only in America, folks. Only in America. Oh, Jesus, God. Oh, I don't know. Some of the stories you guys are sending me, some of them are getting pretty cool and trying to come up with many for you. Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. If you just joined us, we had Mike Breccolari, folks. Some good, clean fun was on. We were talking about the Monkees. We got a couple more minutes. We still got some great stories here for you, folks. Beth Bed and Beyond closing 37 stores. Another store goes down the drain. And here's another thing, folks. Remember when you're talking about Ed Jemima and Uncle Ben's and this and that? Ritz Crackers are changing their names, calling it to Ritz Biscuits because it's offending Caucasians. Caucasians now are offended for the Ritz Cracker, now called Ritz Biscuits, coming soon. What is this world coming to, man? Is it crazy? If you were in Tulsa, you would have plenty of energy to keep warm and comfortable the 36 hours been to watch Netflix. There you go, Greg. There you go. That story reminded me of the LSD debacle in 2011. Hey, Ron, that's a good one. When will this shit stop, Kathy? I'll tell you when it stops. When new regime takes over. Case closed. I don't need to say anything else. When new regime is running this company, you watch everything switch like that. Just like that. Danny, how you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah. Ritz Crackers now. Ritz Biscuits. Folks, Ocean's Pit, don't forget this Friday we'll be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, and this Saturday we have Elijah and Roselle. Now, if you guys are just joining us, Are We Live, the place in Burridge we were supposed to perform at in January and February, every Thursday. Well, we got canceled for the Thursdays in January because of COVID. They want to clean up the place, and they don't want to have live entertainment. So we will not be at Are We Live the Thursdays in January. But I'm going to tell you, folks, by the next day or two, we'll be filling them up. We just filled up one on January 27th, returning to Rivers Cafe Thursday, January 27th. But Are We Live has been moved to February, not January, because of COVID-19. Nobody has COVID there. It's just that they want to, because it might bring in too many people, and they don't, you know, how some people all freak out and stuff. So they don't want to do that for Are We Live in Burridge. Just throwing that out there. How about this? According to NBC, folks, WW2 soldier's letter finally got to his mom 76 years later. Just got a letter in the mail. 76 years later. That's pretty weird. That is weird. Very weird. Wow. How about this, folks? According to Insider, a man trying to rob a house, trying to get through the chimney to break into the person's house, he got stuck in the chimney. So they had to come and get him out. They rescued him, and they arrested him because he tried robbing the house going through the person's chimney. It's like Santa Claus was robbing people. Obviously, it wasn't Santa Claus, and it wasn't on Christmas. This idiot decided to crawl down a chimney to rob somebody's house. There's an idiot right there. Should have got arrested. Should have got arrested. According to Community, folks, a woman who married herself is now divorcing herself after she met someone else. Throw that out. Think about that in a couple minutes. You'll start laughing. I want to repeat it. That's how stupid it is. All right, Clubhouse in Oak Brook finally closes its doors. Clubhouse in Oak Brook was there for many, many years. I did a couple of shows there, actually. Clubhouse restaurant in Oak Brook closing its doors. according to Business Insider, this is very cool. Pixie Curtis, 10-year-old girl, 2 companies at the age, wow. She came out with two new products, Pixie's fridge and Pixie's bow ties. She can retire at the age of 15. She's 10. She'll be able to retire at the age of 15. Her first day when these came out, she made $140,000 on her products. 10 years old, she'll retire at the age of 15 as a multi-millionaire. Congratulations to Pixie Curtis. How cool is that? Now that is good news. Bad news again, according to ABC, restaurants losing businesses left and right because of the jab, because of the vaccination. Now we know Supreme Court is trying to revoke the Biden jab rule, but businesses have been reporting the first week have been losing business because of this crazy. John, thank you for that. But buddy, just like I said, though, they had to cancel the Thursdays at Are We Live Capri because of COVID. They didn't want too many people in the establishment. So Are We Live will be happening on Thursdays in the month of February, not in January. Mikey the Jab. And there you go, Michael. We go to restaurants. We see people are saying that they're losing business. And what's going to end up happening, folks, the more they lose business, the more this terrible, which is not a law, they can't make you do it. It's not constitutional. It's not a law. And a lot of restaurants are not abiding to this. The jab, that's suspicious. Yeah. Entertainment license. Thank you, Jerry Jams. Entertainment license and COVID. Yes. Thank you, Jerry. All right. So great news. Now, I don't know about Pace, but according to Albert, he just seen on the WLS on the news on WGN, said that Pace and Nagy fired from the Chicago Bears. I don't care who you bring in. You wanted to bring in Russell Wilson. He wanted to leave Seattle because he didn't have enough people helping him. Any coverage. Can you imagine putting with the Bears? This poor guy wouldn't make it. That Justin Fields is going to get killed after his first year. If they don't help that quarterback, that team ain't going anywhere. And McCaskey just turned 99. The mother just turned 99 years old. Happy birthday to McCaskey. The Bears ain't going to do anything until they get rid of that owner. The Cubs, when they got rid of that owner, they bought on Epstein, they won a World Series. When the Blackhawks, the father died and the son took over, they won how many Stanley Cups? You want the Bears to win? Get rid of McCaskey. Only way they're going to win. I don't care who you bring in as coach. I don't care who you bring in as GM or anything. Bears need an overhaul. Need an offensive line. Yes, new owners. They need a lot. So they better do something before they decide to come to Arlington Heights and spend all that money. You better have a winning team. Better have a winning team. How about this? According to WGN, sad news. A baby was found in the trunk of a car. The baby had COVID, found in the trunk of a car parked in front of a COVID testing site. According to WGN, the mother left this kid who was positive with COVID in the trunk of a car. What is wrong with these people? I just can't believe it. More crazy stuff happening here, folks. And last but not least, folks, I got to tell you. First day you go to medical school, from people that I talk to, this is what the first thing they teach you. A patient cured is a customer lost. Remember that. First day they teach you in medical school. The first day, a patient cured is a customer lost. Lay that on you for a while. How about it? All right, folks. Now we got a great week coming up tomorrow. 847-769-8609. We'll be taking your phone calls. Tomorrow you call in, you call the number right online. We'll be taking your questions online tomorrow on Ocean's Pit. There's the number. You call, you tell us whatever you want to say. Good, bad, fun. We're going to have it. That starts tomorrow. Wednesday, my buddy Eric Todd will be on. His horrible experience he had in Mexico when he was stuck there for an extra 10 days double vaccinated, booster, still had COVID, would not let him leave Mexico. 10 extra days he had to stay, half on his own dime. Eric Todd is going to tell you the whole story, that experience. This Wednesday is going to be my guest. Thursday, my lovely co-host, my wife Laura Ocean, will be on. And then my good buddy Peter Caliendo will be on. Peter from Elmwood Park, also with his podcast about baseball and sports. He's got a #1 podcast. He does a great job, Peter Caliendo, talking about baseball, talking about the lockout, et cetera, about the DH coming to the National League and more stuff with Pete Caliendo will be on the show this Friday. So, everybody, don't forget, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Daryl Armenstad Friday. Saturday, Jerry Jams and yours truly at Bellagio in Roselle. By tomorrow, we'll have all the Thursdays booked again. But right now, the first Thursday we just booked is the 27th at Rivers Cafe in River Grove. Because Are We Live losing their or not having an entertainment license and COVID making them close down for January for entertainment. We'll be there starting again in February. All right, folks, don't forget Ocean's Rat Pack on the 30th of January. Fellini's Restaurant and Old Orchard Country Club in Mount Prospect. For tickets, 847-593-8184. 5 o'clock dinner, 6:30 show. Ocean's Rat Pack, Sunday, January 30th. And don't forget Arizona, March 18th and 19th, Chicago West Fest. It's going to be great. Ocean's Rat Pack. A lot of good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Michael Buclieri from Good, Clean, Fun. And thank you guys so much for watching. And the great words. And let's not forget two sponsors here, of course. Portillo's fundraisers, great food, great fun. You're looking for that fundraiser, nonprofit right there. Anything they sell over $200, you get 20% of the proceeds. That's right. You want that. And they're also looking for help. They're looking for work. They even got a brand new one opening up at the end of the month in Joliet. So, folks, that's right. Portillo's is hiring. So give our son Joe a call at 224-636-3646 or go to jfank@portillos.com. And last but not least, Patriot Funding Incorporated. Money commercial lending at its finest. Look it up, Dave Antonelli from Roselle, Illinois. Give him a call at 630-675-4730. Thank you guys for tuning in, everybody. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, 847-769-8609 to book a show. Thank you to our executive producer, April, and my lovely wife, Laura. And thank you guys for watching, everybody. See you guys tomorrow in the great words of Ringo Starr. Peace and love. Peace and love. Be safe. Support local establishments and support live entertainment. Get out of the house. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day. And the great words of Nick Sahajas. Take us out, my brother.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
That's it, folks.